There we go. There we go. What is up, you guys? It is Saturday. Happy Saturday evening. I am getting ready. We're going to do a soft glam makeup tutorial, getting ready for a party. So I figured let's do it live. If you're watching the replay, I will be sure to have everything down below for you. All right. Gonna give myself a few minutes, gather some things, let some more people start coming in, and then I will make sure to remember to leave a timestamp for exactly where the tutorial starts. All right, so I need some earrings. And I've already gathered a couple of products that I want to use. I'm not someone who typically has an idea of what type of makeup I want to do. I go off of vibes, and it's the same thing with my clients as well. I just basically will ask them, what's your suit color? What are you wearing? And then I just go off of that. I'm not someone who likes to, you never want it to coordinate, be matchy-matchy. Of course, now it's totally different if we're talking like for a photo shoot or something of that nature. However, we want it to just be cohesive, blend, flow well, harmony. That's my thing. I like for everything to be in harmony. I'm just putting on my earrings because I just realized that I had none on, and I don't know about you, but I always have to wear earrings. Like, earrings are a must. I don't remember where I got these. I like cute little dainty earrings. I'm just waiting, seeing if some more people are gonna pop in before I get started. Let's see, so products that I pulled that I want to use. So I'm going to be using the Patrick Ta palette. We did a live using this First Impressions last night. Going to be using the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlit palette. I got this last holiday season, and unfortunately I didn't really use it the way that I wanted to. I pulled out one of my Danessa Myricks color fixes. I use these on my clients. They are absolutely amazing. I can say that they're not hard to use. However, if you are new to makeup, I can completely see how this might be a little, a little tricky to maneuver. And then I pulled out my, of course, Givenchy setting powder because, as you can see, the best. I have color number 6. Love this so much. And then my handy dandy Natasha Denona sculpting powder in shade number 5. The best, not too warm, not too cool, right in the middle. And then I pulled out my Rare Beauty. This is the Liquid Contour in Tranquil. Same thing with this one. If you are a shade twin, if you are, what are my shades? I don't even wear foundation like that anymore, so I don't even know what my shades are. If you're NARS Macau, if you are Maybelline, this is sad. This is so sad that I don't even know my foundation shade references anymore. In Dior, I do a 5 neutral. If it's warmer, I might do a 5W. Urban Decay, this is one of my favorites. Shade number 31, Face Bond. I haven't used this in a long time. Maybe I'll use this. I haven't planned on wearing any foundation. I might use this because I do thoroughly enjoy this. Urban Decay sent this to me, and if you're an OG, hey Lori. Lori, I didn't realize you called me last night. My phone was on Do Not Disturb, and so I noticed it this morning and I called you. I didn't know if you were sleeping or whatever the case may be, but my bad. Sorry about that. And the Lancome OG Tint Idol, coveting this shade 500 before Lancome. I was so upset because when Lancome did their whole color configuration, that's when I was actually managing one of the counters, and the shades that I don't have a perfect shade. Shade 500 was the most perfect shade of life. So I'm mad at Lancome for changing their shades. I'm mad at MAC for changing their shades. For MAC and the powder foundation, I was NW43. It worked perfectly. And then, they did away. They did away with all of that. Oh yeah, and then in the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Balm, I'm number 8. I like this. If I want to be beat, I will go in with this. If you have oily skin, you will eat this right on up. And then Maybelline Fit Me 356 Warm Walnut. So just for reference, if you are a shade twin, oh, there go the rest of my brushes. I was looking for those. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We got some family members in. Let me close my door just for Rocket to walk in. All right, so I'm getting ready for a party. So first things first, your skin. I have nothing on my skin right now. We are bare. I just washed it. I washed my face with Neutrogena Hydro Boost. And now the next thing I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna prep my skin the way that I prep my client's skin. So my clients that come in with, you know, freshly washed face. And then after that, I will go in with the Sephora collection Glow Peels. Sephora discontinued these. And I'm mad about it because they were a great price point. I think the other brand, it's either First Aid Beauty or Peter Thomas Roth. I can't remember. One of them makes something that's comparable to this. However, the price point for this one was just way more efficient. However, so this is a glow peel pad. So basically think of it as like a gentle exfoliant. So I love using these on my clients because it's not going to rough up the skin, you know. It's a light, very light exfoliant. If you have any, you know, residue or anything left over on the face, it is going to get that off, and it just gives a natural glow. All right, oily skin girls, there's a difference between a healthy glow and just oil. All right, I know I'm an oily skin girl through and through, been that way my whole life, all year round. And then I already have some Laneige lip balm on because we got to keep the lips moisturized. All right, so hey, in Costco, what's up? I love the dedication. I'm just getting ready for a party. We're gonna do a little tutorial doing my skin prep right now. All right, so I have used that. Good to go there. Next up, I am going to use a moisturizer. So I'm pretty sure I have not talked about this on my channel ever, just simply because this is just so makeup artist coded. But moisturizers that I use on my clients are by a brand called Embryolisse. If you're a makeup artist, you already know. And so there's two different ones. So there's one for drier skin, and then the other one is for oily skin. It's more of a mattifying moisturizer. This is what it looks like. This one's the green one, so it's for oily skin. But I like these because they moisturize the skin, and it's a built-in primer situation. Now y'all know, if you've been watching me for a minute, you know I'm not a primer girl. I'm just very, make sure your skincare is on point and everything else should be good to go. I have just found that the more layers I put on my oily skin, the oilier I got. And so the less layers I can put on, the better. And the weather in Charlotte is nuts. So it's been 70 degrees for the past, what, 2 days now? So that is why I am using a mattifying moisturizer. If it wasn't, you know, warm, then I would just use my winter moisturizer, which I'm currently using is the La Roche-Posay. And I use the mattifying one of that one in the summertime. And right now I'm just using the regular one, and I like it a lot. I like it a lot. So, and this is it. That's all I do for skin prep. Like, I don't do a bunch of stuff. Like, especially like when you're working as a professional makeup artist, listen, baby, time is everything. So, and then even if you're just doing your own makeup, it's just like so many unnecessary steps and goops and gobs and products. It's like, girl, we don't need all of that. I would put some eye cream on, but it's in my bathroom, so I'm just gonna move that all the way up there, okay? We're gonna be fine. It's fine. All right, so as you can see, skin is hydrated. It feels good. I don't feel greasy, slippery, none of that. All right, so what I wanna do, medium spicy beef soup, that does sound good. Costco, we spend a lot of time at Costco in this house. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to do eyes first. I'll do my base first. Do I want to wear, I don't think I want to. No, I'm not going to wear foundation because that's not what I've been doing. All right, so let's get on. I'm going to go in with this Rare Beauty first. It is gorgeous in shade Tranquil. A little bit is going to go a long way. I thoroughly enjoy these. Have y'all tried these before? I'm pretty sure Lori and Son have definitely tried them, but a little bit is gonna go a long way. That's the key. And I personally am a fan of anything, especially when it comes to like bronzing and contouring, that is liquid, because I just think it's easier to use and it blends out. Hello, Tabitha. It blends out easily. Like, see how easy that was? Easy, easy, easy. And that shade is such a pretty shade too. I remember the first time I tried this. It was when I was working at Sephora, and I was just messing around with it. I honestly wasn't expecting it to be all of that, and I put it on and I had like this big old blob on my face, and I was like, okay, Miss Selena, okay, Senorita Gomez, this is good. And I went in just like a very, very light-handed. I might add just a little bit more just because it is nighttime, but a little bit of this goes the longest way. And I'm using my handy dandy e.l.f. I love this brush. This is the angled blush brush. Like I said last night, you got to make sure you get the one that's all black, because they have a different one. I want to say they have a white one with a silver barrel. That's not it. That's not it. And this one was hard for me to find at one point, so I bought a bunch of them when I found them. I don't know if it's discontinued or what the case may be. I haven't looked in a while. And then I'm going to add just a little bit more just for drama, because why not, you know? Because why not? I had to trim my hair a little bit this morning because it was driving me crazy, just like over my ears. I don't know where I'm going with my hair. It's like, I know I want to grow it out some more. Like I go through it, like I'll go through a phase where I'll grow it out for me. I have no desire to have long hair. I like my hair short. I'm a short hair girly, but I will let it grow. And then once it starts to be a little bit much for me, when I have to do like extra things, I'm like, yeah, nope, cut it off. Cut it all off. But I have my hair care routine like on point right now, especially with it being winter time. I'm going to do a video on just winter hair care because it is so essential, especially because, you know, us natural girlies tend to like to blow our hair out in the winter time, because I get why, you know, obviously there's no humidity, and so it can stay straighter, easier. However, the air is still very much cold. The air is still cold, heat is still heat, and that can dry your hair out. So you just want to make sure you hydrate it. Go up to make sure you're hydrated. All right, now I'm going to take a little bit of that. Rocket, my sweet child. We gotta go through this there ain't nothing over there for you. Get out of my bag. Get out of my bag. Come to your bed and have a seat. You need to go sit down if you're gonna sit. Chop. All right, sit down. All right. Next up, I'm gonna take just a little bit on the back of my hand. Just gonna do a little structuring in my eyes and my nose. And this is just still got too much, and I made an attempt. Okay, that's gonna be fun to fix. Let's get a hold of her right now because that was way too much. There we go. And I think that's the thing too, like even me as a professional, y'all, I mess up too. I mess up. The thing about it is that's the difference. Like what sets professionals apart is that we know how to troubleshoot, right? We know how to fix it. And it's the same thing why I never encourage anyone to color their own hair, especially when we're talking about like going lighter or doing something that's an intense service, because I'm a colorist. I know how to fix it. I know the color wheel. I know what to use, X, Y, and Z. But when you're doing that stuff at home and you don't know, the ins and outs and something happened that you weren't expecting, because there's been times when I've been coloring someone's hair before and I got a little pleasant surprise and I had to troubleshoot, you know? So, but with makeup, everything is fixable. That's why I don't understand why like some people freak out. Like I will tell clients, I'm like, this is makeup. It comes off. Everything is fixable. And one thing that drives me crazy if I'm working on a client, it doesn't matter like hair or makeup, like if you don't like something, say something. You're not gonna hurt my feelings, because my thought process is it's your face, it's your hair. I need you to feel good about it. Like I had a client when I was at the blowout bar, I was doing her makeup, and she was already on my nerves, and everything was just like, oh my God, drama. And so she's like, I don't know. She's like, Mom, do you like my makeup? And I was trying to figure out, why do you need your mommy's approval? Because you were a grown married woman. Like, why are we doing this? And I looked at her and I gave her a makeup wipe. I said, okay, let's take it off. And she looked at me like I was crazy. And I was like, no, if you don't like it, take it off. I was like, my feelings aren't hurt. I don't care. I would rather make sure that we do it the right way for you, that you feel comfortable, than for you to be walking out of here talking about some, I don't like my makeup, Amber didn't know. I gave you the opportunity to wipe it off and start over again. But then it was so funny because after that, her mom came over and was like, oh my God, you look gorgeous. This makeup looks so good. Anyway, my hair would be on the floor if I try to lighten it. Yeah, it's not a game, Saints. It is not a game. All right. Should I use my Natasha Denona concealer? Let's use something different. All right, so I've got my Natasha Denona. We used that last night, so maybe not. I got my Pat McGrath concealer, my OG Lancome concealer, then my other favorite. So Natasha Denona is my first place, and I think Makeup by Mario was probably second. I haven't used my Pat McGrath concealer in a really long time. Do I even have much? Let's use Pat McGrath. Let's do that. Oh, someone said Lancome? Okay, we can do Lancome. Cool, we can do that. Wouldn't that be a fun video? Like, y'all choose what products I use? We should do that one night. I haven't used this in so long. Ugh. This concealer, this is the All Over concealer. So good. So good. I'm gonna lift my eye. Right? Wouldn't that be fun? Live makeup, and y'all choose what products I use. That'd be fun for me too. That's like legit on the spot. Let's see what it do. Oh, if you have it and you've never tried it, you could use this as, okay, you get a deeper one, you can use it as bronzer, contour, you can get one for highlighting, you can get it for concealing. I've even used this all over my face before, like spot concealing, so love. Hey, Miss Marnie, I did. Did you have a good Christmas? Okay. Now I am going to use my favorite brush. Driving. Let's drive safe. I'm just getting ready for a party. Little party. All right. I'm gonna do my eyes. Do y'all remember Makeup Struggles? She posted a makeup video and I watched it last night, and my little heart was so happy. She doesn't go by Makeup Struggles anymore. She goes by Shy 21, I believe, but she posted and I was so excited. She was one of my favorites. She is actually one of the reasons why I got like a bunch of subscribers at one time. I will never forget it. It was the night of my wedding. Okay. So it was the night of my wedding, and I kept seeing my phone go off, and I could not figure out what was going on because it was YouTube. I was like, why is my YouTube going off, right? So we get to the hotel room, and I happened to open the YouTube app, and I saw I had like hundreds of followers out of nowhere, which I thought was bizarre. And it was because she had mentioned me in one of her videos. And I thought that was really nice of her. And she's just hilarious. It's hilarious. So I watched her last night while I was doing my nighttime routine. All right, so notice how I am pressing, stipple, stipple. So anytime, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're doing, if you want the most payoff, you need to press it into your skin, all right? If I start sweeping, we're gonna take everything off. We don't wanna do that. It is my one of my really good clients. How old's her son? Her son's 9, so I've been doing her hair and her daughter's hair for basically 9 years, and it's her mom's 69th birthday party. I just love them. Like, they are like Lo and I's second family. So we're gonna go celebrate her tonight. She's turning 69 and she looks amazing. All right, now we are going to use my favorite Givenchy powder, and I'm going to use a powder puff this go round. Do I have a clean one, Jesus? Do I have a clean one? I do. I wanted a smaller one, but that's all right. Oh, I can use this one. Thank you, thank you. All right, so reason why I'm using a puff is because I just want to lift it up just a little bit more. I want it to be a little bit more dramatic. And I'm using more so of the yellow for brightening. And notice how I'm pushing. And then also to continue my eye lift, I take it on the corner and just boop. It's expensive. Oh my God, it's so expensive. And I'm so sad. Like, when I got it, it was when I worked at Sephora. So yeah, I don't have my little discount no more. So therefore, I'm going to test out the new Huda Beauty pressed powder. She reformulated the Easy Bake powder. So I'm going to try that out. And hopefully I like it as much as I like this. But if I don't like it as much as I like this one, I'm just going to return it. And I'm just going to spend the money and get this. Because it's just one of those things where the closer I get to 40, I'm like, listen, baby, I like what I like, okay? And that's that. I like what I like. It's okay. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with it. You like what you like, but I was looking earlier today just like at my YouTube analytics because I was curious about the demographic. So the majority of y'all are between the ages of 35 and 54. The age range that had the most is what blew my mind. So the majority of the people that watch my channel are between the ages of 45 and 54. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because I have an old soul. That's probably what it is. But I thought that was amazing. But then it also just gave me more insight on what type of makeup looks and things to create. Because now I'm just kind of like, as I get closer to 40, I'm like, I'm on my grown woman status. So since everybody here is a grown woman, we're going to be doing like grown woman, grown and sexy type makeup looks. Because that blew my mind that the majority... Miss Martin, you're 64? Stop it. Yeah, thank you, Lori. Facts. And I'm not explaining my taste to anybody. That's something that, again, working on scarcity mindset, right? And I don't have to explain my taste to anyone. I don't need to dole down. Like, I like what I like. I like to dress in a very particular way. I like to look sharp. Like, I've never been the girl to be out here naked. That's not my MO. That's not how I dress. But I just, I tend to like a little bit more of a classier, expensive taste, and that's okay. That's all right. So yeah, I thought that was a trip to me that the majority of my viewers are between the ages of 45 and 54. And here I sit at 37 years old. I don't know. I love it. I really do think it's because I have an old soul, because like my friends were always a little bit older than me. And then that's probably too because I am an only child. So I've always been around adults. I'm very mature for my age. I've always been very mature for my age. So shout out to my mama, my homie. Yeah, Lord, I still can't believe Laura's 59. Oh my goodness. Okay, so y'all are telling me your ages? Get out of here. 52, 64, 55, 49. Okay. Yeah. I love this for me. And I think I love that so much because, like I said, I'm an only child and I always wanted like older siblings, like a big sis. So y'all are like my big sis. 70? Stop it. This is wild to me. But do you know what? I love this. Here's why. When I started like really growing my business and salon, 43, don't forget me, 50 and a half. Yes, okay. When I really started like growing my business and salon, I realized real quickly, I hated servicing girls my age. Didn't like it. They drove me crazy. They drove me crazy because first of all, like the unrealistic expectations, like you want to be an Instagram baddie and you're not an Instagram baddie. The girls on the Instagram don't look like the girls on Instagram. And just, it was a struggle for me, but it also makes sense because my demographic for my clients, when I think about it in salon, especially for hair, everyone is at least 40 plus. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'm just going to lean into that. And I'm okay with it. But it is interesting because like when it comes to, you know, my bodybuilding stuff, most of the girls that cling to me, they tend to be in that like late 20s vibe, which is fine because, you know, I get to be like their big sis, you know what I mean? Talk some sense into the girlies. Listen. And at church, was it last month? We had a Titus 2 workshop. That was so fruitful. And it was so amazing because whenever I would think about Titus 2, like whenever I would read anything or just how it was taught, it always made it seem like a Titus 2 woman is always someone who is like well off in their age, right? So, you know, talking about someone who is in late 60s and so on. But in my training at church, they basically said like, no. Like if you're in your 20s, you are to be a mentor to the girls under you. So no matter where you are in your age range, like if you're 30, mentor the girls in your 20s and so on, like you are to be a Titus 2 woman to the generation. So it's not necessarily about how old you are. And I thought that was amazing. Not a professional bodybuilder, but I do lift heavy. Listen, you bodybuild. That's the thing too. Like people sometimes I think get a little, I don't know if they just get intimidated by me sometimes. They're like, oh, well, I'm not a bodybuilder. Yes, you are. If you lift weights, you're bodybuilding. Now, competing is a whole separate thing, but if you're lifting weights, you're bodybuilding. And everyone should lift weights for your longevity, for your health. Yeah, I think that's wow. I love y'all. I think that's clutch. Okay, now I'm going to take some Makeup by Mario powder just because, like I said, it's a little bit warm and I'm an oily gal. I love this powder. This is my favorite loose powder. This is neutral medium deep. So, pro tip here, all right? If you're going to be putting this under your eyes, especially since we're mature girlies here, okay? I am so cognizant whenever I do makeup on mature women, which was so funny. When I was at the Blow Bar, that was the majority of the women. They were like well off in their like, you know, late 50s, 60s. And the owner would say, she's like, you're really good at doing makeup for mature women. Like that's not an easy thing to do, but it's because that's the first thing that I learned how to do. But even when I'm doing bodybuilding makeup, I have to switch it because there's masters athletes, right? So masters athletes are women who are 40 plus, so there's women who are in their 40s and 50s. There's one client that I have, she's so cute. She's gray hair, she's a bikini athlete, she's in her 60s, and the most beautiful chocolate Godiva skin. Her haircut is similar to mine, but it's just like all gray, sickening. Anywho, one of my tips that I do with loose powder is I never stick it in like this and then go straight up under the eye. It's too much. You know, we got things or whatever going on. So I take it like this, but then I'll pat the excess off and then don't put it directly under the eye immediately. Okay. So start down here. So what you do is you start down here first and then work it up, because that first place that you put it at, that's where you're going to get the most powder, right? So if it's dry under there, you have a line or anything, and your first point of contact is directly under here, it's going to get a little bit cakier, right? So dip your puff in, tap a little bit off, start under, work your way up, and then go out. Amber P pro tip. I'm lifting the weight of this potato salad and cornbread beef right now. Go ahead. I'm not mad. Well, thank you. 3 months away from 50, taking my health as you should. Everyone should take their health seriously. Like I was saying last night, not even from an aesthetic standpoint, just health, general health. Teach me. Yeah, try that out. It makes such a huge difference. And then I think sometimes what happens as well is like when we get creasing, it could just be simply because you didn't get enough powder in a particular area. Like sometimes I do this on me because I'm so cognizant of not putting too much powder there where it's just a little bit wet, you know? So you gotta like make sure you set that bad boy in place. Okay. Yeah, like makeup for mature women, like how I do makeup for girls in their 20s, it's not at all how I do makeup for 40 plus. It's just different. It is different. You have to use different products, even though, like for instance, my mom is 62 years young. My mom still has oily skin. Like this myth of, oh, when you age, you have dry skin. It's like, obviously, if you've had dry skin all your life, then yes, as you age, your skin probably is going to get a little bit drier. But my mom, she's always had oily skin. And then I also find that women of color, Black women, we tend to have oilier skin anyway. So if you have oily skin, as you mature, you're probably still going to maintain the oil. It might just be not as oily. But even still, if I'm working on a mature woman and she has oily skin, it still doesn't mean that I'm going to put one size shellac matte full coverage on her. Like it's just, it ain't going to look good. It's not going to look good. I'm normal and sometimes dry. Yeah. Okay, where am I at? Natasha Denona, sculpting powder. Just to enforce it. I am going to be looking like a bronzed up chocolate drop. And that is fine. I love that for me. Oh, I just realized I forgot my blush. Okay, well, here we go. I'm about to break some rules. Yep, I set my face with powder, but and yes, I'm about to put a liquid blush on. It's okay. Where's your baby? I don't know where he is. I think he might be with his father right now. This is NARS Liquid Blush and Orgasm Rush, one of my favorites. I use this so much on clients at Sephora, it won't even funny. This should have gone on after my contour, but that is okay. I forgot because I was running my mouth. And I honestly didn't see it. It was over here off to the side. And that's the thing, like sometimes you can break rules, right? The reason why I was probably able to break this rule, well, I know why, is because I don't have liquid foundation on, right? And so the more layers you have sometimes, and you go, like if I had on liquid foundation and then I had my liquid contour and then I set it with powder and then I set my face, the contour, and then I put this on, probably would have broke up a little bit, but because I don't have a bunch of layers on under here, it's not gonna break up like that. And then let's go tap, tap to blend that out. Yeah, the original Orgasm is definitely lighter. I do like that shade on lighter skin tone, but Orgasm Rush, oh, and I went light. I didn't go heavy-handed with it. I went light. So if you want to load it up, you can load it up. It's really pretty. Okay. I think we are done with complexion. Yes, we are for sure done with complexion. So now I'm going to give myself a spray. So I used this on my clients at the last show. So y'all see that happened. And I sprayed it on one girl and she had the spots on her face. So you know that ticked me off. Definitely ticked me off. So yeah, this component, there we go. And this is the new one, the matte one, since they've part ways with Scandinavia. So yes, 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 yes. Okay, for the eyeballs, first let me do my brows real quick. Still brow pen girly because it's the mister or the formula. The mister. The mister, it's not that great. I don't know if y'all will be able, yeah, you won't be able to see, but like it's already like clogging. And I just got this. I've only used it. I used it on my clients that I had. So 5, so this is like my 7th time using it. And I can feel it like tightening up on my face, but it's not uncomfortable or anything. I think it's just more so the mister, because if it doesn't spray out appropriately, then it will leave like those big blobs on the face, which and I was very irritated when it happened too, because I had to go back and try to fix it. And then when I was trying to fix it, it got blotchy and I had to go back over and layer. Like it was a whole thing, but yeah, no. And this is my Milani brow pen. If y'all saw my video, not the hair video, the one before, I think it was the I Owe You an Apology, and I did a beauty haul in there. I had been using the ABH new brow pen with the spoolie, but it just ran out so fast. I was like, nah, because you get half the amount of product because it has a spoolie on it. I was like, no, 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 absolutely not. So this one, you get double the amount. It is cheaper, $9.99. The only thing is it doesn't have a spoolie, but surely you got one somewhere. So if you're like me and you are not blessed in the brow department because the Lord's got to keep you humble, you will love this. Because y'all know me, I don't like a Sharpie brow, right? I hate it when I look at somebody and all I see are brows. No, ma'am. Can't. I have a Benefit brow pen like that. Has 2 prongs. I like it. There's no spoolie. I tried that one. And my issue with that one, I don't know if it was just the components, but it just, the way it came out, I didn't like the way that it came out for some reason. And the key with this, light strokes, very light strokes. I like that it can give the hair stroke look, especially if you're someone who does have sparse brows. Now it can be very scary at first, right? Because if I just do it like this and don't brush it through, that looks absolutely insane. Yeah, for sure. But that's why you gotta, like, you know, blend it, brush it through a little bit so it don't look crazy. Let's see, got a little heavy-handed there. Sorry, y'all, I can't talk and do my brows. I gotta wait a second. Okay, boom. We got that. Let's do some eye work. Let's actually, I'm gonna go in with my bronzer first because I know that Patrick Ta is dark. And I am using a Wayne Goss brush. Want me to pull y'all a little bit closer so you get all up in my pores? There we go. So I tend to always start off with bronzer in the crease, especially when working on clients, because that's just my style. That's my signature look. That was the best and biggest piece of advice I learned, I want to say 2024, was to have your signature look. Because especially as a makeup artist, I mean, there's so many artists, so many talented people, and it can be daunting, and you try all these techniques and these skills, but I learned that people are gonna hire me for my signature look. And so putting bronzer in the crease is part of my signature look, because for me, my style, I like for the skin to look like skin, then I like the eyes to just be glowy. You know what I mean? I'm a warm, bronzy girl. Like everyone that I do, don't matter like what their skin tone is, you're gonna be warm and you're gonna be bronzy. I'm so glad you love the live makeup. Yeah, my pores. Like people be like, oh, you don't have pores. I'm like, I very much still have pores. I'm alive. And that's my other, I get so frustrated with makeup artists on Instagram because especially the makeup artists like within the bodybuilding and niche, is because everything is filtered down to the ground, okay? Like I'm talking smooth out like butter. And I tell girls all the time, like, first of all, these girls are talented, so they don't even have to do that. But for me, when you show me that photo, like I want my makeup to look like this. And then I have to say, well, the girl in the photo doesn't look like the girl in the photo. So let's go find the professional stage shots. Her face doesn't look like that, right? Like if you look at a makeup photo on Instagram and there's no pore whatsoever, that's not realistic. I never filter my work. Now, if I got a girl and she got a big old pimple the size of a planet on her forehead, I got you, sis. I'm gonna smooth that out. But as far as just like you see nothing, everything's just smoothed and airbrushed and filtered, nah, son, I can't do it. I can't do it. And I feel like they do it for marketing, for booking. But like I said, a lot of these girls are so talented, there's no need to do it. And I just feel like at that point, it's a lack of integrity because that's not what your work really looks like. Like one of my favorite makeup artists, she's one of my really good friends. Her name is Denise. She's out in Houston. Like I recommend a lot of girls to her. The way her makeup looks on Instagram is the exact same way these girls walk around looking. And when I see them in person, I'm like, wow, that's how it should be. But what do I know, y'all? I'm just a girl, okay? I'm just a girl, and I'm just out here, and you know, I'm just trying to figure it out. All right, so now I'm going a little bit deeper with this Patrick Ta because, as we know, she's dog. Keeping this on the outer. This is a Wayne Goss number 17. I need to switch over to a smaller brush. I will do that in just a moment. And notice how when I do my eyeshadow, I have my eye open because what happens is, especially if you have smaller set eye, hooded eye, You do all that makeup work with your eye closed, and then you open it and you're like, yo, where'd it go? You gotta open your eyes to see exactly where you're going, because like I tell like girls whenever I'm doing makeup lessons, we don't walk around with our eyes closed. We walk around with our eyes open. So for me, whenever I'm doing someone's makeup, I'll have them closed. Then I'm like, okay, open, close, open. I go back and forth so that way I can make sure I'm mapping out the eye appropriately. And you know, with hooded eyes, things can go left real fast. I always focus on keeping everything low. Keeping everything low, because if not, I could have that eyeshadow all the way to their hairline if you're not careful, okay? Yes, exactly. We're humans, we're not robots. And then it gives our younger girls just the wrong impression. They think there's something wrong with them because they don't look like that. And I'm like, sweet cheeks, the girl don't really look like that either, darling. All right. Yo, I am pretty obsessed with this Patrick Top palette. Not gonna hold you. Okay, now let's have some fun. Because I don't want it to be too dark, you know, but I definitely want it to be, you know, like I want it to give a nighttime moment. Yeah, I want you to see the real deal, you know, see the real, this is what it looks like. And then it also too, it gives others a true idea, especially like let's say if it's someone who maybe does have pores or textured skin, they can see what it looks like. It's like, oh, well, I know this girl has textured skin, so let me see what it looks like on her. That way I can have an idea of what it's gonna look like on me. What's going on up here? Okay, let's have a little bit of fun. I need a brush, different brush for this. I don't have, okay, just kidding, just kidding. You know what? I'm gonna have to get one out of, hope I have one clean. Look at my new brush bag. Isn't this cute? This is what I put my brushes in for work. So cute. And I love it because I can just open it, boom, and we work out of it just like that. So I set it on the counter and I work like this. Isn't that cute? Y'all don't need this many brushes, okay? This is keeps the lights on. Y'all don't need this. There's, boom, that's what I want. So looking for a little flat brush like that. And I don't go into my work kit often. However, I just need a brush. Filters look silly. It really does. You look insane. You look absolutely insane. All right, so I'm using a Danessa Mike's Color Fix in the shade Ballerina. Okay, so putting a little bit on the back of my hand, all right? Then I like to get a flat brush per your eye shape, right? So if you have a smaller shape eye, like something like this, no. You want something that's a little bit skinnier. Depending on the eye shape, I typically always like to go with something a little bit smaller for more precision. And so now I'm just gonna take this and see that? All right, now I'm going to, do you see how pretty that is? So I love these because it just makes the eye pop. I don't have to worry about fallout. They work fantastic on mature eyelids. For mature eyelids, this and the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize, those are amazing. And again, I am just pressing, following the natural shape of my eyeball. Now I'm going to flip it over where I don't have anything. And then, yes, I'm just going to blend. That's another pro tip too. When I'm working with anything that's like a liquid shadow, flip it over on the other side where there's no product to furthermore blend it out. And then I'll just go in with a brush, hit that crease. That's so pretty. I love. All right, make sure I got the right side. It only takes a little bit of this, right? So if you're someone who has a hooded eye, what I would do is I would start low like this. Then I'd say open to see like how far it goes. And then once I get an idea, I won't go any further than that. But because I got a little bit more lid space, I can go higher. And I will go higher. And I like these because it has a shimmer, not glitter. I don't like glitter. Glitter's tacky. That's just me. Sorry. But I just, A little shimmer, a little razzle dazzle's cute, but I can't do that glitter. And the thing about the glitter is it goes all over the place. It gets all over your face, right? And as a girl who is the president of the Big Pore committee, I can't have glitter in my pores. It's just not, that's not my ministry. I don't like it. I do not like it. All right. Cute. And I think I am gonna deepen up just a tish. Let me see, I'm gonna go back in with that dark brown. Oh yeah, ballerina is one of my favorites. Favorites. And I brought the intensity down a little bit because I didn't want it to be like too popping, you feel me? All right, but now, because I do want to add just like a little bit more, I'm gonna go in with this shade right here from Mr. Mario Divanovic, and I'm gonna press that on the center. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Crap. That had way more. No, it had fallout. Shoot. Okay, that was my fault because I didn't tap my finger off. Dang it. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. We're fine. We're fine. Let me see if I can correct that. Okay, there we go. Whew, that's pretty. That is giving New Year's Eve, which wasn't my intention, but I just knew I wanted that extra pop just on the center of my eyelid. Cool. Okay, because I don't want it to be too intense, right? Just a little something. So I'm going to go in with my brown liner. I love brown eyeliner. This one is in the shade Cocoa Sephora collection. Now, if I was going out, then I would do probably that Ta black shadow that I did last night when we went live, but I like this. And then just depending on like how deep your skin is, obviously it's going to dictate, but you know, as we progress in life, that like super dark eyeliner, sometimes it's just not flattering. So it's going to depend on like your eye shape, your skin tone, you know what I mean? And even on deeper skin tones, if I'm doing black, I don't want it to be too harsh. I like to do it what I tend to do is if I'm using a black, then I'll probably like set it with Natasha Denona. It's in my kit. She has a black, but it's like a satin black. It's got like a little bit of reflect in it, and it just brings like a sparkle to the eye without it being like harsh, stark black. Because like I said, sometimes it can just be too much, you feel me? So. Now I need something on the top. So I'm gonna line my top with the Patrick Ta black. I am gonna do that. So I don't wanna use eyeliner because like I said, I don't want it to be too. I think I'll do a tight line. That's what I'll do. I'll do a tight line. This is a technique I do on small set eyes. Instead of putting the liner right on, I lift a little bit, and this is gonna make the eyelash look a little bit thicker, but also it's just gonna add a little bit more dimension to the eye as well. It just keeps it from getting too thick. Especially if you have smaller set eyes, because again, that black, it can just be aging, you know? And there's nothing wrong with aging. It can be harsh. I want you to look your best. It can just be a little bit harsh. I don't want you to look harsh. Oops. That's not what I wanted. And if you're not used to this, yeah, your eyes are probably gonna water. I'm used to it. I've been wearing makeup for a long time. I wear contacts, so my eyes are used to being open like that and me poking around at them. Like, that's the thing that would trip me out the most. I would get a girl show me a picture, like what her eyeliner look is that she wants. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Then I start doing the eyeliner, and it's normally like the most strategic, the most bold, the sharpest liner. But she like this. I'm like, girl, you ain't getting no eyeliner. The eyeliner is going to depend on what you can do. Because if you're doing this number, I can't do that. I can't. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen for us. Here we go. Yeah, you could tie a line with eyeshadow for sure. For sure. I do it. Of course, it's going to depend on your eyeshadow. You got to have a good eyeshadow. So if it's like a Patrick Ta shadow, I do it with Natasha Denona eyeshadows mainly. And it would probably work with Juvia's Place because they're pretty good as well. But, you know, all shadows ain't treated equally. Okay. A little bit of mascara. My Maybelline. I need a new one of these. Now I'm just kind of like, is this shadow too much for the occasion? Am I doing the most? Maybe I shouldn't have went in with that makeup by Mario, because now I feel like I'm like blinging. It's too blingy. Whatever, it's on there now. We can't, no take backs. No take backs. It's cute. Okay, cool. Thank you. Because I'm like, wait a minute. Am I doing the most? Which is very well possible. I could be doing the most, but that's fine. Pretty. Okay, let's find a lip color. Need a liner. Look what I found. Becca, do you remember this? No, you're not. It's fine. Okay, thank you, y'all. I appreciate it because I know y'all, my sis, my aunties, y'all ain't gonna let me be out here looking crazy. Do you remember this Becca highlighter? This one's in Chocolate Geode. I found that. Oh, speaking of highlighter, always got to do a little décolletage. Is that what it's called? I think so. Anytime chest is out, I'm going to be using my Laura Mercier. This is the Glow. I don't even think she makes these anymore. So I know some people like to use actual like body oils. I do not like that feeling. I don't like the feeling of body oils. I don't know. I think maybe it's because like I have oily skin and like my body's not oily, but I do not like that feel. So whenever I need to highlight my bod, I just use this or some kind of highlighter. And it just, gives a little razzle dazzle. Now when I'm doing bridal makeup, I'm like, yeah, girl, I'll use my Neutrogena SPF and then put the, hi. Oh, what's this?
The crema I made.
That's good.
I didn't want to make it too much, but it tastes too much like vanilla.
That's good. I don't think you've made that before.
No.
Oh, really good, really good. Amarillo's making a little dessert to take over to the party. But yeah, just, can y'all see? Just gives it a little moment. A little moment. Her clavicles popping. Thanks, sis. Okay, lip. A lippy. Let's see. This don't make no sense. Where are my lip liners? Oh, glory to God. Please don't tell me all my lip liners are in here. This, I've been saying I need to go through where's my lip liner? I don't have the patience for this. I only have like legit 3 lip liners. There's one. This like, look at Foxy Brown, y'all. Foxy is holding on, okay? Where's my Sephora collection? Oh, glory to God. Amber, get your life. Get your life. Okay. Now I gotta hunt. Where is it? Not me having a mini crash out moment as I'm live. Oh, there it is. Wow. Hallelujah. Jesus loves me. Okay. This is what I was looking for. Okay. Is it almost? Yes, use your makeup. Clearly I was using it. So, all right, this is Molasses. Sephora collection has reformulated these, so they're no longer in this plastic situation because I have some of the newer ones in my kit. Here's one. This isn't the color I would use, but you see how pigmented that is? Solid. And I'm glad that they have the ones you can sharpen now. Okay, so now that I've sorted through and found my lip liner, yeah, I hate the plastic ones. Hate it. Hate it, hate it. I have to figure out, this is not Amber. Okay. La la la. Y'all judge me kindly, okay? Judge me kindly. Like, do you see? This is what I'm sitting here sorting through. This should have been sorted through a long time ago. I know what I want, but I just don't know where it is. That's MAC. What is this? Oh, Photo. I used to love this. Ooh. Is this what I was looking for? Taupe. To God be the glory. MAC Taupe. That is exactly what I wanted. All right. Bet. So let's line these lips with Molasses. Ooh, we don't have much left. Becca, I love my expired. Oh yeah, and chili. Oh, staple. Oh yeah. What is this? Is that Whirl? Whirl. I don't care what anyone says. You know what? I think I want to revamp my MAC lipstick collection. That's what I want to do. This has got to be Antique Velvet. Yes. This is Lady Danger. Oh, Devoted to Chili. That's sick. Listen, with the lipstick, MAC's always gonna have my heart. I don't care what anyone says. Second place, Charlotte Tilbury. But MAC all day. Oh, Photo, we just saw that one. Oh, then my Lancome lipsticks. This one is so pretty. Mademoiselle Lupita. And I think this one should be my red one. Yes, French Idol. Like, come on. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Cyber. Like, this was in early YouTube days. Like, when the girls were doing the grunge dark lips. Yeah. Yep. Oh, there's still more? Good gracious. What's this? So Shad. The orange red. And then this one is Heroin. Do y'all remember Heroin? I used to wear this in beauty school. This is like, I don't know that I would wear this ever now. I don't know I wear this now, but in beauty school, it's like now it's so funny. I think about when I was in beauty school and younger, when I'd always see like the super just classy, cool, edgy, older, just like mature women working at the counters. And I'm like, am I that girl now? Am I her? I used to think they were just like so together and just clutch, but look at that. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I could wear this. Obviously, like, listen, she was, okay? I wore her down. That's the thing. I use my stuff. And this is Cork. Like, I use my things. And MAC lip liners. MAC lip, yes. Okay, 2026, we're going to revamp our lipstick collection. Because the only lipsticks I wear are MAC or Charlotte Tilbury. However, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And I'm not a liquid lipstick girl. Nope. That's not my vibe. And then just for funsies, I know these are expired. I'm not even going to smell them. NYX Butter Gloss. Listen, well, not even $5 hairs, maybe? I don't know. Just what? These? Man. Listen. Love MAC lipsticks. Pretty much all I wear. Yeah, and Devoted to Chili is so gorgeous. Yes. You are that girl. Oh, thank you. Thank you. All right. So. And then what I do? Don't use my finger when I'm on a client. That's nasty. I use a brush. Just to blur it down. Church. I love y'all. Come on. I rock it. Okay. Clean her up. And I always smile too. Like that's what I do with my clients. Like I make them smile with their liner on so we can actually see, you know? All right. And then we're gonna go in with taupe. Yeah, Rocket's back, y'all. He's back. Yes, I love taupe. Oh my goodness. This is one of those lipsticks that just lives in your purse. It's a purse lipstick. You know. If you know, you know. Okay, and then here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna hit her with some, no, gotta find her. Another little container. I know, terrible. Oh no, where is it? I couldn't, no, I don't want the Makeup by Mario one. That's the gloss. Where did it go? It's probably in a purse somewhere. All right, so the shade that I want is actually amber, but it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna use Stone Maybelline Lifters. Listen. Can't tell me nothing. Call me Kanye. Actually, don't call me Kanye because that Negro is crazy. Excuse my language. Sorry, okay. Amber, get it together, get it together. All right, I'm out of control. I'm out of control. All right, all right. Yes. A vibe, a look. Yes. I'm into it. So good. So cutesy. So, you know, not too much, just a little something. I love it. I love it. Absolutely. Taupe now too. Taupe with a gloss is always a winner. Taupe with a gloss. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Taupe is warm. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Taupe is definitely a little bit warmer than Ballerina. Ballerina, it's got like some silver reflect in there. But yeah, it's not so warm personally where I feel like where it's like clashing. And my top, it's not very warm either. It's like this satiny kind of like blush moment. Because I don't do cool tone lip colors. That's just, that ain't my ministry. I don't like that. And then taupe is, I feel, more of a neutral. Let me see. Yeah, I can see why you see it pulls a little bit warm. I can see that. It's so interesting because everyone's eyes catches hues a little bit differently. But no, I can see it's definitely more so on the warm neutral side. It's not cool because like I said, I'm not a cool tone lippy kind of gal. I don't like it. I don't like it, and I desperately need to go through and do something about this, like, by the end of the new year. All right, fam, sis, aunties, this is our look. How do y'all feel about this? I will come back and add products. How much time do I have? Do I have time to do it now? I can add the products in the description. If you give me a moment. I totally forgot to pay attention to what time we start the demo, but whatever, all good. I hope everybody has a happy new year. Will I see you? I think I might try to see y'all before the new year. We'll try to do something else before the new year. But have a good weekend. Have a happy Sunday, and we'll catch up. Thanks for being here.